Sounds nice. Oh man, it was really chilly this morning and now it's getting really hot real quick. Woo! Sounds nice. Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la. What's up everybody? Lugnuts.Guapo coming at you from Harley-Davidson. And today we are riding Billy's now. Well, not Billy's now. He just traded in today. But this 2020 FLHTP in green and cream with that gold pinstripe. It looks fantastic. And then, mwah. Sounds amazing because it has a 122 displacement motor on this bad mama jamma. Has a 2-in-1 D&D Bobcat, which sounds amazing, looks amazing, very performance bagger oriented look and feel. And he powder coated a whole bunch of stuff on it, painted it. When I say painted, he didn't paint like the tins, but he painted everything else that was chrome to make it black. Basically blacked it out and it looks really, really, really nice. Alright, so what does the powertrain consist of? Started as a Police 114, and I say police doesn't really mean much other than it was, you know, a police bike. So naturally it started with a relatively inexpensive motorcycle. Oh man. So really inexpensive. So from the ground up, we're talking. I think it's a 459 cam, if I'm not mistaken. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. And by the way, almost pretty much everything on this motorcycle is Harley stuff. So you're not talking like, you know, a Zippers kit or, you know, SNS or whatever. The point being, you can get some really good performance to keep your warranty. And get a really good riding motorcycle. So also on top of that, I think he has a stock throttle body, which will come into play in something I'm going to mention later. But obviously he has a big bore cylinders, and I believe the pistons that come with that, and obviously your 2-in-1 Bobcat. So what does that all do? It creates about 112 horsepower and 132 foot-pounds of torque. And it could be, you could squeeze more out of it if you had a bigger throttle body. You can see it in the torque curve, torque and horsepower curve, like right on the top, and you can see where the throttle body just kind of like tops out and then it just drops. Now on the torque side, under, you know, 4,000 RPM, there's like a little slump, and I think that has to do more with the pipe than anything else. But you know, this motorcycle is really meant to be ridden in the high 4s all the way to, you know, you can bounce it off the rev limiter no problem. So that's actually, it's a really some really, I would say decent numbers, but they're really good numbers and nothing that anyone would really complain about. Now if you're talking about, well, it's not as fast as my Yamaha or whatever, it doesn't matter, because because you don't buy a Harley for, you know, that kind of high-speed acceleration. You buy a Harley because it's an air-cooled, fantastic feeling machine. You get all the feels, you get all the vibes, you get a Harley-Davidson, an air-cooled motor, and that's what's exciting about Harley. So with that established, obviously this is not some kind of high-performing, you know, machine, but it's awesome. So 112 horsepower, 132 foot-pounds of torque. Everything's been powder coated. Has Wheelen lights on the rear, which is stock, well not stock, what we would normally put on the actual police bike build. Those Wheelen lights are so dang bright. And I actually had a similar setup with my previous Electric Glide, but these are the new lights, and they're significantly brighter, which I don't even know how that's even possible, but it is super bright. LEDs all around, Moon's MC passing lamps to have, got that, you know, gotta keep the theme going with the red and blue, because it is, after all, a police bike. Got a Sony stereo with Rockford fosgate speakers in the front and the rear. And going back to the performance aspect of things, this has Fox drop-ins on the front suspension, and the rear shocks are also Fox. They're adjustables. They're not piggybacks, because, you know, for what he does, this is plenty. And overall, this motorcycle, all the little touches are just mwah. Even like the gold leafing on the intake, done by another tech here along Harley-Davidson. This bike is a screamer. It's reliable, it's comfortable. It has a CVO seat, which is spectacular. I've been a big fan of the newer CVO seats. They're just comfortable, low profile. You could ride on this bike for I mean, you could just eat up miles on this thing. Now, this bike is going to be for sale here this week, starting this week, and he just traded in today. He's buying a Lowrider S, and he's doing a whole bunch of RP stuff to it, like RP fairing. Golly! It's like in second gear, like you're doing 60 not even knowing it. It's so smooth. The power band is so smooth on this thing. Oh, what an amazing machine. If you like this video, comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Let me know what you like about this motorcycle, what you don't like. I love how this thing just pops. The paint is just not something that you see every day. Everybody does the black and white or blue and white, and this is different, and I love it. Who knew Harley had such beautiful colors for their police models? But anyways, go ahead and comment, let me know what you think. And if you like Harley content, if you like any kind of motorcycle content really, go ahead and like, subscribe, all that jazz. And well, until we see you next time, get on your Harley or on two wheels and get some wind therapy. Later.